Well, once it goes live here. Okay. So, I was trying to figure out what I wanted. I wanted to do something different tonight, and I couldn't figure out what because KSP still all the stuff still hasn't updated yet. As a matter of fact, I thought about I'm just gonna do these, but I thought about uninstalling all the mods that haven't been updated yet. Near T stated that they're not going to be able to finish updating all of their mods until like 3 weeks or something. It's insane. But I thought maybe uninstalling all those mods that haven't yet been updated and then loading up KSP and just doing a new game for the mission creator. But it's literally like 50 mods or something I'd have to uninstall, and CCAN is not very friendly when it comes to changing things. It just takes forever to like uninstall something, and it'll hang and do weird things. So that was out. I didn't want to do anything for SO3, just because I'm probably have to do a lot of leveling when I decide to go back and try and beat Luther. So I figured it's probably not good for right now since it's pretty late, and I wanted to do something that would be a little more, not not need 3 hours to like do. But so what we're gonna be doing, what I finally decided on was we're gonna be converting a new script to RPG Maker MV from RPG Maker XP. New script from Ruby to JavaScript. So I guess what I need to do first then is we need to get Sublime open. So the script we're going to be doing today is going to be Sephiroth Spawn's banking script. The class change script was based off of his class change script, so we're going to be doing another one of his scripts, his banking script. And his banking script has a lot of interesting things in it. Let me see, where would that be? I'm trying to get Prototype to run, but it just won't do it. Whatever Activision did with the port, or whoever did the port, totally fracked it up like you wouldn't believe. Apparently, it won't run if you have modern USB devices in your system or something. I have no clue. Only thing I know is that it won't run for damn near anything. I can get it to run in the menus. Once I start playing the game, it crashes. Prototype 2 won't even run, period. The best I can get to do is just hang. Otherwise, it just crashes after the first kind of pop-up thing about the default controls selected or something. Can't even get to run in big picture mode with everything disconnected from the computer. So it's total crap. If you haven't bought them yet and are thinking of doing it, don't, because you won't be able to play them. Unless your computer is really old. It seems like anything that's like maybe from 2012 back might be able to play it, but anything more modern won't. So now, where did I put this stuff? I think it's in G. Projects, maybe. Here we go. There. Well, this is the new stuff. I don't want the new stuff. I want the old stuff. Well, I want this stuff and I want the old stuff. Let's put it that way. Where are you? Open in new window. Where are you? Damn you. Oh, there it is. Okay. So we have that now. Really? Is this new stuff or no? This is the old stuff. Okay. I just recently started to rewrite some of this trash. The first trash, a book. Well, it wasn't really a book. It was a short story in that format, but rewriting it recently, and I had no clue that stuff was there. So I'm gonna go ahead and, well, I don't know. This might be up to date. I'm not gonna delete it yet. Wait, I'll leave that for later. Where would it be? Stuff from F, and then projects, and then games. No. Project materials, maybe. No. RO, what's in there? Oh god, all this stuff for GRO. I swear one of these days I'm going to get that back up and running, but I've been saying that for 4.5 years now. But it is going to happen eventually. Where is it at? Damn it. Maybe it's in the projects folder on here, but in the materials. Nope, not there either. Where did that put you at? Let me see. Maybe we can get to it from here. So I think you can open up the game folder from the editor. If it even opens up. Okay, there we go. So I want to open up... Well, it doesn't show any recent projects. Yay! Doesn't show anything. Great. That's not what I was hoping for. Okay. Where are you? Alright, give me a second to go. Give me a second to go trolling through my drives, and we'll see if I can find it, and then I'll start streaming again. Alright, I managed to find it. It was buried in the gaming tools folder. So, I'm just going to show you what's in that, what that actually does, that script, plugin, whatever you want to call it. I guess it's a script if it's an RMXP, and it's a plugin if it's RMMV. So which folder now? I gotta figure out which folder it's in. Damn. Got too much crap in this thing with that, and it's too much. It's not very well defined. Shadow Reflection, Project 1, blah, 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 blah. It's not any of that, I don't think. Scripts demo. This might be it. This might not run, though. Okay. Oh, we got full screen here. Alright, yeah, this is it. As laggy as possible, but this is it. So, I'm going to assume that it's actually working. That OBS is picking it up. So this is Sephiroth Spawn's banking script, I believe. So you can deposit gold, withdraw, purchase a bond, and get a mature bond. So depositing gold, this is what you normally would do. You just tell it an amount to deposit, it takes out what gold you have, and it stays in there, and you can pick it up later. Now, okay, yeah, that's what I was wondering. There is an interest rate that's applied to what you have stored as well. So as time goes on, your account balance will accrue based on this interest rate down here. So if I deposit some more here, just gonna throw in a bunch. And then we'll also purchase a bond. So bonds are, it's like, normal investing kind of stuff where you buy, you deposit a certain amount of money for a certain period of time, and it accrues interest over that time. So like in the case of this one, Super CD, you put in 300,000, and what you get out of it after 2 hours is 540,000. So that's kind of what we are going to be doing with ours. So let's go ahead and exit, return to Windows. Okay, so I need to grab well, let's see if we can open it. I think we can open it. Yeah. Need to grab the script first of all, so bank. Just want to make sure this is actually the one that's current account balance bond. Yeah, that's it. Because I also have in here somewhere KGC's bank script as well. I think it's totally disabled though. Yeah. So we're going to be taking this. I'm just going to copy this out of here so I don't have to keep coming back. And we're going to throw this in a file here. What I should do is in my plugins class changer. So I'll create a new folder for this. Bank. That's what's called bank because reasons. I need to also open up. I need to open up MV too. Probably be a good idea. Oh, what's going on? Oh, we were resizing the window or something. All right, MV. So let's go ahead and create a new project in this folder. File, new project. Project, choose folder will be in my plugins bank. Bank demo. Yeah, that's what we'll call it. I'll maybe figure out a different name for it later. So that's going on. I want to pull up this other crap. I can't even get to it. I'm gonna create a new folder in here. Say Ruby scripts, I guess. Now let's create this as a new text file. Spawn bank scripts. I'm just going to drag it over here into Sublime and paste it in. Do we have Ruby in here? We do. Okay. So we've got our script here. Let's just pull this out to a new window. Where did that other one go? I want to pull over. Oh, okay. Apparently, we'll need to. Project demo, JS, and plugins, and well, that's interesting. Plugin is not in there, so that's not obviously the right folder. And apparently neither is that. These folders are way, way too messy. That's the compiled version. So is that. Damn. Okay, there we go. All that just to bring this over. Okay, then I want to create a new file. Let's save it to plugins bank demo JS plugins. Okay. And I just want to bring all this stuff over and we'll take out whatever we don't need. And modify everything else. Alright, so allows class changing. No, we want to change this to creates a bank NPC, I guess, or well, not really NPC, but a bank system can deposit by CD. What does it stand for? I have no clue. Buy bonds. Invest in stocks. So it's basically like kind of like, I'm going to expand it too to be more than what it is just on that. There's going to be a whole kind of thing where you can like buy stocks and things like that, and kind of like some sort of economic simulation almost. And other things yet to be determined. I think that might be still wrong, but so prim, pass color, fail color, all this param stuff and get rid of. We will be using them some more of this eventually, but putting in some parameters and whatnot eventually, but for now, no. Using my bank scripts. It's really a plugin, not a script, I guess. That's below possible conflicts. I have no clue what might be conflicting because we haven't made it yet. Usage instructions. Nothing for that because I have no clue how we're going to implement it yet. And I guess get rid of all that too. So. So I guess our first task is going to be to create a plugin command to call this and set up scenes and windows and whatnot that we might need to use. Okay. So what would we need? Well, the plugin command will come in here, so this stuff should go first. Well, we're gonna need a scene, obviously. So let's try keeping this so scene and the scene name. All right. Function scene bank scene, I guess. Then this dimensionalized to apply this arguments. Okay. Bank scene. Oops. This dot initialize dot apply. Yes. So we need the scene. We are going to want a introduction window, or like a help text window that'll display stuff. I guess it doesn't not really introduction window. Kind of what you saw on the other one, but it'll just like, be there always. It'll be used for a couple things. Function. Whoa. Okay. Function window help text. I guess can't go wrong calling it help text. We'll need a window that will display information about your various things that you have in the bank. So, function window, I guess bank details or account details. I mean, technically it would be account, but you're not going to have multiple accounts, so we'll say bank details. We'll need a window to select various things from in terms of like which one to do. So window actions window, I guess. That's action pane. We call it that. Just so we don't say action window, because that's kind of ridiculous. Scene bank scene is bad enough. Don't need to be doing that for everything. Initialize, I guess, initialize. I think that's spelled right. Initialize. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Initialize, apply this arguments. Need the R in arguments. Alright, so action pane allows you to select what you're going to select. So help text will go on top, tell you a bunch of stuff depending on the window that's active. Bank details will show you like the current state of what's going on, so like how much money you have in the bank, what the interest rate is, how many bonds or whatever else you have, and the value of those, the current value, not the ending value. And then we'll also have the stocks thing as well. That'll all be in the bank details. And the action pane will have like a thing where it'll say deposit, withdrawal, buy bonds, buy stocks, or something like that. Now we need a guess a command window. So something like, so once we click select something from the action pane, it'll bring up a new window that will have stuff in it depending on what's been selected. So yeah, command pane, command window, something along that line. Call it command pane. Same reason we call the other one action pane. Arguments. Okay. Then I think that's all we really need. Alright, so now we have to do a function thing. This. Okay, use struct function GOL bank. Okay, I'm just gonna copy things from here. Not gonna use note tags, so we don't need to use that stuff. Don't need actor tags. We do need this. Eventually we'll need that other stuff as well. Alright, so plugin command, blah 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 blah. Say bank open. So class changer. So I think it's this is the first part of the command. This is the second. No, this is something different. So we are building command class changer for args.length. Command plus equals. Okay, so we're rebuilding the command that's put in, right? Because the first part's treated as a command, and then the rest of it's arguments. So yeah, just open bank open or open bank, something similar to that. And we don't need to do this because we're not going to have any other stuff for it yet. So if it's that, then we want to call So, scene. Okay, we just want to call the scene manager push scene class change. So if bank opens scene. This is gonna be scene bank. Scene. Let's just change it. Let's scene bank. Scene bank scene is like ridiculous. Scene bank. All right. Now we can get rid of this stuff. So, scene. I don't care about all that right now. I just want to do the scene stuff. Scene class change. Scene class prototype. Blah blah blah. Image manager load face. Mini base. So we're not going to be loading any party member stuff. I don't think we'll need it, hopefully. So scene bank. So we just need to do our prototyping stuff. Yeah. Scene bank dot. Object dot create scene menu base. Dot prototype? Yeah. And then we need to initialize it? No, constructor. Well, technically it's an initialization of sorts, but scene bank dot. Whoa. No underscore. No. Damn. Prototype dot constructor equals scene bank. Yeah. And then we need to do the initialization and whatever else we need to do with that. I think that could be wrong. Oh no, that's right. Equals function scene menu base dot prototype initialize, call this, and that's really all we need. Scene menu base dot prototype dot initialize dot call this. And then we need to do we need to prototype or rather define the create function, and then call the first window to open, or well, the first function to call to open a window for the scene. Scene bank. Create.call this, and then we need to call a function to display the windows we want to have open at the beginning. So every window has to have a scene. So any windows we're creating, we have to create scenes for in here. or rather not scenes, but we have to initialize them as windows within the scene, the bank scene. So create select actor window, which we're not going to use. Add this on select, and from here we're doing all these other ones. All right. Basically, we need to skip to this part for this one. So scene bank dot I think that's how we define it. Yep. All right. All right. So now we need to then define all these windows. Okay. So, create help window, help text, I guess, window help text, bank details, and action pane. So these three are going to be showing at the beginning. This will come up once we select something from the action pane. The action pane will be the active window. So we'll need to call this dot create windows. Okay, now this dot underscore some name window abbreviated with WND. So help text window. Oops. And the underscore, you don't really need the underscore, but I've gotten used to using it for things like this, so. I think I got to the mute button fast enough. If not, then I apologize to any headphones users. Still getting over that flu. Occasionally, my nose decides to try and blow my sinuses out through it. Alright, so we want to call these, which will create... Okay, we want to call functions, which will then create the windows. Right. So, not this, but create... I guess create help wind, I guess we'll call it. This dot create bank details window, create action pane. Yeah. And then we need to do our stuff here. So activate should only be used on... Alright, select is the one that chooses which window is currently in focus, I guess you can say. It's the best way to describe it. Active just means that it's enabled, and show means that it's being displayed. So we want to do an active and show on the other two windows. So this dot underscore where are those defined at? I search defined wherever they're defined at, and you can use them wherever. As long as they're defined and initialized somewhere. Well, initialized, put it that way. They can be defined. They can be put anywhere as long as they're initialized somewhere. Before they're called, shouldn't be a problem. Which is kind of interesting, but so dot activate. Thus, we're going to use this instead of this and see what happens. It'll start spitting out Shakespeare or something if we use this. Activate and then show. This dot underscore bank details dot activate. Okay. Next, we need to do these for these other functions up here. So, scene bank create help window. Okay, so we'll need to define the XY and width. So this one should go across the entire top. So width would actually be the graphics dot box width or something like that. Graphics dot width. So those are ints or const. Const. All right. Const when. I don't use X and Y, I use width, height, and... Oh, it's XY, okay. It is XY. Though there probably are some heights. Or height is defined... Okay, we're defining height within here. And some of them do have heights, but... this one will have... I guess we could do that. So when X... equals 0, const when y equals 0, const when width equals graphics dot width, const when height equals let's go 50 to start with. It might be too much, might be too little, we'll see though. So those are our starting variables, and we'll need to do a initialization of the actual object and then set it to the internal variable that we have for this, in this case to be this dot that equals window underscore help text, and then we need to pass through our stuff. So, next question is for accessing player gold, that's party. So we can just use the global player party thing for that. I think. We'll see. So I don't think we'll need to pass through anything else. Now once that's done, do you have to do anything else for this? Handlers, yes. Okay. Not for this one because it's just going to be information. We have to add the window to the scene. So this dot underscore, or this dot add window. This dot underscore help text window. All right. Now we need to do window it's much the same way we did with the scene up there. It's have to do window help text dot prototype dot no it's, equals, then this is going to be What are we going to use for this? Horizontal. Window selectable. Window class list. Now there's command horizontal. Is there should be just regular text horizontal. So window selectable. Definitionalize, item max commands, size commands. So that's adding the bank. No, it's not adding the bank to the. That's adding the commands to the selection, I think, the select window. What I'm looking for is the initial window that shows up at the top. So a lot of the stuff that's in here is the same in MV. It's just that's, JavaScript. So I think there's a window horizontal. Scene title, refresh command, window selectable. Draw item, draw disable item, undisable. Undisable is usually referred to as enabling. Bank bio, window, bond, scene bank. Window help.new, welcome to the bank. So help window. Says window help. That might have been a that might still be actually. Crap, where would that be underneath? That would be in RPG Windows. Yeah, show help window. Maybe. So window selectable prototype. Show help window. Help window is null. Help window equals help window. Where are we setting the? Where are we initializing it at though? If ever. We're passing it through here. So update help, set help window item. So it looks like only set help window items being called from at least this code. help on that set item. So there might be, let's check, selectable, window. Need to get to the top here. There we go. Window selectable. So yeah, there's a help window with it. Could we somehow... Well, let's see, because that's going to be this will be our the window selectable will be our action pane. So maybe we can just get away with doing it that way. So maybe we don't even need help window, which would be nice because then we can get away with less than what we are actually thinking about using. So we'll start with this, I guess, then. Window underscore action pane. So set help window, pass through help window. Again, updates this dot item. We actually might still need to create it, but then we don't create a thing for this. We just set that as the help window for this, maybe. We'll see what happens. This is going to be act pane instead of help text window. This dot act pane dot set help window this dot underscore okay, actually let me just copy this. I think we still need to do the setup for it. We just won't do this. It's not going to be part of the scene in that way. It's going to be part of this part of the scene. I think that'll work that way. This dot underscore act pane dot show help window. Yeah, we don't need to pass anything through for that. Is there like an activate? There's a set help window, activate, show and hide. I don't think we need to activate it because it's not going to be selectable or anything like that. Okay. So I'm going to comment this out. And we're going to comment out this. Because right now, just what I want to do for today is just to get to the point where we have the scene opening and the action pane and the help window opening and the help window changing with the options being selected. It's the goal for tonight. So, down here again. So, window prototype object create window base dot. So we decided it was going to be a. Yeah, I guess a window base. What's the help window over here? What did they define it as? A selectable or just a window base? Probably just window base. I don't see where they're actually. Yeah, so we'll define it as a window base. Object dot create window base. Window menu base or just window base? Window base dot prototype. Menu base is something different. It's a type of selectable, I think. So window help text dot prototype dot constructor equals window help text so we need to bring in all of our stuff. So X, Y, then we go width and height. Then window base dot prototype dot initialize dot call this X, Y width height. I think that's all we need to do for that. Maybe. Well, maybe not. We want to display some text there. We need to create some kind of function. Well, show help window, set help window, call update help. And then update help. So set window, help window item, this item, F status window, set item, this stat item. Help window dot clear. And then again it's item, the item variant of that. Okay. So let me see. We had a, if I'm not mistaken, there's a help window in this. Let me check. plugins? Yes. My plugins, class changer, demo. Actually, that's probably not the right version. This one is. Oh, right, no, it's not this. It's in, it's not in this, it's in the other thing. Crap. Let's see, my game. I haven't compiled this, actually, I don't think so. Let's need to run it from here real quick. It's in the, upgrade character. Yeah, okay. So that's set in the that's in the JSON file. So let me see. That's in. Some run to do super tool. What did I call that? Was it this? It might have been. Yeah, okay, it's this. So description, file manager, stringify. So description, where are we pulling that out and where are we using it at? Okay, this dot help window. Okay, yeah, so update help. This underscore help window, update help. So that's being called through the base code, and then we're over. He overrode the function. Index this dot index if list index is null, I guess return. Else return the symbol, command symbol. This points window.clear, help window.clear. If symbol does not finish, data set symbol, actor level, points window, data.cost, data.description. So we're pulling the JSON element out of that and putting it into data, and then we're accessing set text. That's what we're looking for. And that's done from window upgrade. So help window. Help window.height. Scene upgrade. Set help window for command window. Window.clear. This dot help window. Help window.height. WY. Set help window, help window. Create help window. Because a create help window must be something in scene menu base. RPG, Windows, scenes. Okay, window help. That's the type it is. So actually, yeah, we don't even need... All we need to do is call from scene menu base. This create help, well, not scene menu base, but from the scene we need to call create help window. And then there's a underscore help window object or member that's part of the scene menu base definition that then gets populated, and we just use that for the help window. So yeah, we don't need the help window at all. That's what I was wondering. Finally I was able to find all that out though, so we don't need that at all. So one window gone. So that's called underneath initialize. No, underneath create. So this dot create help window. Which will do its thing, create its own underscore help window. Fill that, initialize it, blah blah blah. We don't need to call this. We do have to set a height though. Or no, it has its own height created for it, apparently. So all we have to do then is say on set help window this help window. And then there's a function to change the text of that. That's being called from down here in the upgrade command. Upgrade points. Status. From here. And that's this help window set text, yeah. So instead of being help text, this is going to be action pane? Is that what I call it? Or act pane? Action pane. And then this dot underscore help window dot set text to test. Theoretically, this should be compilable now. Well, not. Yes, no, create windows. Create help window, create windows. Call create help window, which we don't need anymore. Act pane, create action pane. Sell this up. Oh, okay. So we want to go from the other side of the window. So that would be graphics width. Let's say the width of this window is going to be 120. So actually, let's define the width and height first. Because then we'll use the width to subtract from that, so that we'll have far enough over from the edge that it'll be lined up correctly. As for this, same thing. We'll say 300. Okay. Oh, we need to do the thing at the end to close off the function declaration. Okay, now, theoretically, this should do something. We just throw in a bank open, I think I said. Of course, we need to add the plugin. And then see if it works or not. Oh, there's F8. Alright, so we got a unexpected token on line 85. Oh. Scene bank prototype equals function. Alright, so we have a undefined is not a function type error. Line 24. Scene bank, this to initialize apple. Yes, apples. We are trying to load apples into into the game. Alright, apply. Count apples. It's about as facile. It's like, what is this? I have no clue what to do with an apple. Property push of undefined. Okay, that's more for... it's probably the scene push. Because I probably didn't rename it to the correct scene. Not a scene bank. Scene bank. Scene manager to push scene bank. So, why are you... Why are you undefined? Tell me. What did we forget to do? So scene, class change, blah, blah, blah. This initialize apply, this arguments, that's fine. Don't need any of that, don't need that. Scene manager, push, scene underscore class change. That's fine, that's all fine. Scene game actor, blah, blah, blah. Game actor, scene class change prototype, object create scene prototype, constructor dot scene class change, scene class change, prototype initialize function, then create, and then call the first thing I want to create. So scene bank dot prototype object create scene menu base prototype. Constructor initialize function. Prototype initialize, call this scene create function menu base. So line 66, scene menu base dot create this. RPG scenes. Add child, and then cannot push property. Not your property, push of undefined. Okay. So from scene menu base. Create.call. Oh, jeez. One tiny word missing and the world explodes in fiery awesomeness. Alright, so we got enough different apply. At least it's apply this time, not Apple. But it's at the same, it's action pane, apply 32. Function, this dot initialize dot apply this to arguments. Function window action pane, this dot initialize dot apply this arguments. Let's have a look up here. So apply of undefined. Okay, so it's saying that this is undefined. Let's follow the thing here. So scene bank, create windows, action pane, and 92. So that's probably where we're initializing it. Yeah. So scene act pane equals window action pane. When X, when Y, when H, when W. So, Windows selectable, actually. It's not selectable base, it's just selectable. That's not window anyway, so. Windows selectable. Yeah, Windows selectable. Windows selectable, that prototype. Selectable, that prototype initialized call. Window action pane, prototype initialize, constructor. We don't need, do we need to create for that as well? No. So, select actor, construction initialize this call. Pending, index, blah, 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 refresh. Probably won't fix it, but you never know. Apply of undefined. So this is still the same issue 32. So this is undefined. Window action pane, this initialize apply, this arguments. Ran into similar issues before. How did we fix those? This act pane equals window action pane. So it is from 92, which is this one where we're initializing it. Just for the sake of making sure there's nothing typoed. I'm pretty sure it's not, but just in case. Well, yeah, I think that's pretty much exactly the way it's supposed to be in terms of that formatting. So maybe something we're passing to it. Let's see if I can remember how to enable the debugging here. I think it's underneath sources, JS, plugins. Yeah. Then I'm gonna put a break here and watch expression on when X, when Y. Alright, so we got values for all that stuff. That's fine. This dot initialize dot apply this arguments. Window underscore action pane. It's saying apply of initialize is undefined. Well, initialize is undefined. Right, well, it says apply of undefined. So that could be, this could be undefined or initialize could be undefined. It's probably this that's undefined, which is interesting because it shouldn't be undefined. Action pane, window action pane prototype equals object.create window selectable.prototype constructor window action pane initialize function selectable prototype initialize call. This then arguments and then set the help text. Doesn't it get that far though? And then we got that error. Cannot read property apply of undefined. Action pane 32. It is 2 a.m. I'm probably missing something very obvious. So window class list. Oh, is it the new? Potentially, maybe it is. We'll see. Property call of undefined. So we got another error somewhere else. So it's a it's a start. 104. What's on 104? Windows selectable that prototype initialize.call. Initialize.call. Selectable prototype initialize.call this, and then the arguments. Okay. And what are we getting? Call is property of call is undefined. So again, initialize is saying it's still prototype. Windows selectable prototype.initialize.call. Windows selectable call this. Now we got a different error. Set text is everything is not defined. Okay. So this I'm sure help window should be capitalized, I believe. Yes, it should be capitalized. But of course we didn't capitalize it. So did I capitalize it up here? Oh, it doesn't matter. It's just help window. Okay. One of these days, I'll be able to do this without actually having to do tons of debugging. Set text of null. Okay, that's different now. So this is null now. So we're not setting it at the right time. Well, we're creating it and then we're calling set help window. This done help window. And we're calling create help window from here. Create windows, action pane. This dot underscore help window to set text test. So this is what is this? The Windows window upgrade. So back up to the scene here. Scene. Upgrade window. Set help window. Window upgrade window. Set help window. This dot underscore help window. Which we've established is not set anywhere except for calling this function, which calls the base code from scene upgrade, which is actually scene many base. It's a instance of scene many base, which sets this value, which is part of the scene many base members. So create help window. This dot help window equals new help new window help. Visible is false. Add window. This underscore help window. So I mean, it should just be working. Probably will find window help here. Yeah, window help prototype that's at text function text blah 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 refresh. Seems fairly straightforward. Nothing ever is though. All right, so create help window. If I'm assuming this is gonna work. Okay, so nothing showed up that time. Okay, so it is not null to start with. It's not null here. So when we get down to here, somehow it seems that it's becoming null. Show add help pane dot underscore. I think we can access it that way. Okay, maybe we can't access it that way. Window action pane dot prototype dot get help window equals function return this underscore help window. Well, this is kind of interesting. Because I see the issue here now. Because that's another issue of trying to do something before it's actually been done, because the help window doesn't get set till after the window has, the instance of the action pane has been created. Thus, when we try to update it from here, it doesn't actually exist yet. So what we need to do is then say this dot act pane dot update help window okay, so so we want to use that so update instead I want to say get help window. Come on. Window dot update text or set text. Okay, this time there should be a different error. Not gonna say it should work. I'm gonna say there's gonna be a different error because there's always a different error. Okay, actually it did work. But we had nothing displaying, and this is way over here. No text though. So let's start. We do have this showing, so that's a positive. This isn't really showing correctly though. Not sure why that is. So the width is 120, the height is 300. The x is graphics.width minus win width. And win y is graphics height minus win height. I think the height is right, but the width is wrong. The x coordinate is wrong. So graphics width minus this. That's kind of pulling it over further. What about for the text though? We're missing something for the text. Up window set text, data description. Not sure what we're missing for it though. Maybe we need to clear it first. Or we might not be able to access it that way. I mean, technically you should be able to, but maybe it's not working for whatever reason. So we'll say change text to test. And maybe we need to, well, it should be, there's a refresh in it built into that function. We shouldn't have to also call refresh on it. Still nothing showing up. Interesting. So that's from the scene, not the scene, the window. Set text. Window helper type set text. Function text. Text does not equal text, so it's different. Set text to text and do a refresh. Clear, we set text to nothing. So that's, yeah, that's all I really do. Not really seeing it called from anywhere though. That's all we're doing over here with this is just calling it set text after we clear it. List and help them that clear, symbols not finished, blah blah blah, and then the data passing through set text. So theoretically, this should be all that we have to do. I do not believe that it has its own like a get function or something. There's a set item and set text, but no get. I'm not sure if that'll work or not. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Might have to create a function for it. We'll see if that works or not. And then we'll call that from here. This dot under console. Well, if. Wow. Damn. Okay. If this dot get help window text console.log help window is empty. Else probably a better way to do it, but that should be a function definition instead of just whatever I was going to see that as. I guess a member instead of a function. Okay. Help window is empty. Well, yeah, of course it is, because we're not actually doing anything yet. This dot underscore help window dot set text. We checked it though, so that's working somewhat. Test. Okay, so no, it's there. Test is there. It's not being displayed though, for whatever reason. Well, I'll figure it out later, and we'll see what's going on with that. But so that's gonna be it for this initial video for the bank script conversion. Thanks for checking it out. If you watched it live, if you're watching it after the fact on YouTube, comments, questions, leave below. If you have any suggestions, maybe on what you'd like to see in the script, put them down there, and I'll see what I can do about it. If you haven't done so already, would appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. And I will see you next time, where we're either going to be doing SO4 or probably I may just say screw it and uninstall the stuff for KSP and do some stuff with the new KSP expansion, Making History, just to get in and get some experience with the mission creator editor, whatever it's called. It looks pretty interesting. Scott Manning actually used it to like script getting into orbit. Which was kind of interesting. Interesting use of it. Not so much using it to like set up a mission, but actually using it to script an actual flight. So it seems like it's pretty powerful, and it's interesting to see what people do with it. But it'll either be that or it'll be SO3. I probably won't get back on with this too soon. I'll probably work on it some more offline or off stream, and then once I get a little bit closer to something that's sort of functional, we'll kick back onto the stream and continue from there. So this is GeoWill, and I will see you later. Now to find OBS in this mess. Let's go over here.